everyone, today I want to talk about color printing. Just a few years ago I don't believe in color printing because painted parts look more interesting and color printed parts looks more flat and not quite quality for my opinion. But color printing became more popular and I just try to slice my parts in Bambulab X1C and print time was ridiculous, like 4 days, and waste produced like for 400-500 grams, and it's insane for me. And after I saw on Kickstarter Snapmaker U1, and this technology was quite interested for me, and because switch between colors much faster than usual IMS, and waste of print materials much less. But I was not familiar with Snapmaker and I don't take a risk to buy it on Kickstarter. And after Kickstarter I mentioned that a lot of people already test this printer, a lot of upgrades already on the market, and it's a big community. And I contact Snapmaker and ask they about prices for batch, because I'm planning to switch my Neptune 4 printer for Snapmaker U1, and they send me a printer for test and review, and I'm glad for it. And now I'm able to print things like this. It's my Viking chain axe in color. So why is Snapmaker U1? First of all, it's print speed. It's much faster comparison to a regular IMS system. Second of all, much less producing of waste. Third reason, it's a little bit bigger build plate. So now I will be able to print most of my parts on one printer without cutting. Fourth reason, Snapmaker U1 can print TPU without any issue. You can load, for example, 4 TPU filaments on different heads, and with the IMS system you just don't able to do it. Next reason, it's open wireframe. I'm able to make some changes and maybe some upgrades, and for me, like a maker, it's big advantages. And sixth reason, it's a price. Comparison to other color printer on the market, it's affordable price. And regarding print speed, here you can see my 2 blades of chain axe, 3 color, silk PLA, and total time of printing, it's 1 day, 70 hours, and total weight 718 grams. And for Snapmaker, its total time of printing 20 hours and 5 grams of filament. So it's 2 times difference in time of printing and 50% difference in the filament. But it's huge difference, 2 times more faster. And you see the total weight of final part, it's totally the same. So it's same preference, same filament, but printing time it's very different. And with regular IMS system, more than half plastic, it's just poops, it just go into the trash. And the advertised build volume is actually usable. Honestly, I was surprised that Bambulab advertised 252 mm in height, but in reality you can't print at the full height. Here the height is 270 millimeters, and I can actually print a 270 millimeters tall part. For example, the handle of my sword are exactly 270 millimeters tall, and they fit perfectly within the build area. And what I dislike in this printer, as you see, here's a Bumbleup X1C, Snapmaker U1 and a Lego Centauri Carbon. It has the same size, but I can place only 3 Snapmaker U1 on this rack in one row. But for X1C I can place 4 printers. And it's 33% increase, and for me it's important. It's because you need to load and unload filament. It's placed on both sides of the printer, and also you have additional gap between printers to load it. And for me, because I want to optimize all my space, it's quite big issue. But I have some ideas how to fix it, so subscribe to not miss my solution. Second thing, it's open printer, and printing ABS and PG and also nylon can be tricky, but you can buy additional cover. Also, there is some printing version of additional cover, and you can also buy a Samla container and put it just up from the printer. And talking about not obvious thing, for example, IMS system on Bumbleup. It's a little bit more complex than system on Snapmaker regarding changing filament. On IMS system you have a separate motor for each filament and additional motor in the end of system. And usually it's quite easy to remove plastic because it's already detached from the head. And on Snapmaker, if you already printed this element, it's already loaded in the head. And to unload it, you need to choose which head will need to be unloaded, and press button, and it will be unloaded. But to unload it, its printer will hit the head and push filament backwards. So it's consumed some time, but it's not big issue. But you need to know what you will spend additional 2 or 3 minutes. But on the other hand, because the system more simple, I don't have any problem with switching filament. But with X1C and IMS system, sometimes it just won't switched. And yeah, I just reattach it and it's work. So I can launch some printing on the evening and hope that it will be done for the morning. But when I came, I just see that just 1 hour of printing was done, and I need to relaunch print, and it's quite annoying. Also, in second slot, I think some part of filament just broke inside, and it's still thinking like filament is loaded, but it's not. And I need to disassemble all IMS to clean it and assemble again, so it's need a lot of time. And this Snapmaker, because it has 4 heads, if I have some problem with one hand, I can still print with all 3 hands. And it's cool. For example, when I just received this printer, I load TPU filament, And recently I launched it on PLA preset, and filament stuck inside head. And instead of repairing, cleaning it, I just launch print on another head. So it's cool, you don't need to waste your time when you hurry and you need urgent print. So you can switch on another hand. For example, if you broke something, or for example, often when you print a lot, you need to sometimes change your extruder gears, and if one of head have problems with gears and you need to change it and you don't have it in right now, you have to order it and wait to repair. But in case it's Snapmaker, you can just print with other heads while you're waiting spare parts. It's also very cool. Also, Snapmaker has open wireframe, and for me, like as maker and enthusiast, I like it because I can make some changes in wireframe. And for example, I have plans to make after ejection system, like in my Lego Neptune 4.
A little bit about the after ejection system I made for my Neptune 4 Plus printers. The principle is pretty simple. There is a special latch mounted on the X-rails. Then the print is finished, the bed moves into the latch. The print head closes the latch, then moves upward, lifting the bed. The fans then turn on for 10 minutes to cool down the bed. After that, the bed is bent by moving the Z and Y axis at the same time, which makes the print come off and drop into the basket placed in the front of the printer. The bed then returns to its original position and the next print starts automatically. The system has some limitation, but if you're interested in learning more about it, let me know in the comments and I'll make a separate video about the project. I can't make it work exactly this way on the Snapmaker U1, but I already have some ideas for how to implement automatic ejection on it.
It's quite a complex idea, but maybe I succeed in it, so stay tuned.
And honestly, the way the U1 works blowing my mind. The automatic toolhead changing feels like some kind of magic.
In conclusion, I want to say I really like this printer. It has a lot of uses, room for upgrades. Very important, it has a big community, company itself actively developing this project. And who is the printer for? It's good for beginners, it's good for printing cosplay stuff, terrain, maybe some miniatures. The only people who probably won't suit are engineers who print difficult materials like nylon or maybe some more difficult materials because it doesn't have a heated chamber. Build plate can be heated by 100 degrees maximum, nozzle temperature 300 degrees maximum, and hot air will be on the top because it's covered quite high. So printing material like nylon will be very difficult to print here. That was my take on the Snapmaker U1. If you like this kind of video from me, please leave a comment and I will try to make more content like this. And see you in a new video. Bye!